Welcome in. I'm going very plain-faced today, because I actually have a plan to do something later, and I'm actually going to need to do my whole face. So I figured if I do my whole face and then wash it and then redo it and then wash it, it's gonna be a lot on my skin. So I'm just doing the bare necessities today. Thank you so much, Daphne, for being here. Thank you, Kirsty, for being here. I appreciate you guys. If you can't hear me over the music, let me know. I'm trying not to have it too loud. So it is Tarot Tuesday, and as always, I am offering up to 10 free readings for anybody who would like one. These are 100% free readings. You are not obligated to purchase at all. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I love you. And I love the pictures of the animals too. Those are so cute. Those guinea pigs are chunky. Sorry, I'm totally off base right now. Should be focusing. So yes, we are here for Tarot Tuesday, and my chat keeps disappearing. Hi guys. So as always, I appreciate you showing some love. Thank you so much. As always, guys, if you have any questions about how I do this, feel free to ask. If you have any questions about me personally, feel free to ask. If you would like a reading, all I ask is that you don't ask your question in chat. You're allowed to have a question if there's something you need clarity on. I'm just asking that you try to keep that to an internal monologue if possible. I probably should have went live on my phone instead, because now I have the issue of I can't see the chat. It goes in and out. If anybody, awesome, thank you for letting me know. If anybody would like a reading today, all you have to do is type me in the chat. My wonderful assistant slash secretary slash mod, Stephanie, will make sure that I get one to you. I see you, Shauna. My chat keeps going in and out, but I keep pressing on it every once in a while just to make sure I can see it. I don't like that function of the iPad. But then I lose my music. I like having the music. Hold on, let me see. Let me see something. Yeah, no, it won't play. I was trying to see if I could have it playing in the background on my tablet, but it won't let me. So if you guys would think it's worth it, I will scratch music for today until I can figure out something better. Like, I'm gonna need a third device for music. I wasn't anticipating needing one, but I think worst comes to worst, I can share the playlist with my husband and use his iPad in the background. Hi, mwah. How you doing, Mufti? I have to switch to a different account because I can't watch it from there. Let's do that one. And turn my volume down so there's no feedback. And boom, now we have a steady chat. Oh, look at all the little heart guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. So yeah, it is Tarot Tuesday. Sorry for the deafening silence. I am giving away 10 reads to anybody who's interested today. They are single card pulls. They are absolutely free. I am not charging anybody anything. If you are interested, all you need to do is just type me in the chat and I will make sure it happens. I have a bunch of wonderful mods in the chat right now, and if I miss anything, they will do their best, I'm sure, to catch me up. I have a stand. for this, so I'm going to use it. And there we go. Now I can see everything. I love going live with you guys because it's like I'm having a little mini party. All the best people I know are here. Welcome in, everyone. So if anybody has any questions about how I do my readings, please feel free to ask. If anybody has any questions about me personally, feel free to ask. I am an open book. And as always, if you are interested in getting a reading today, they're 100% free. All you need to do is say me or yes, type in the chat, let me know that you are interested. The only thing I ask is if you have a specific question, something that you'd like clarity on, that you just don't say that out loud, that you don't type it. Just keep it in here and here. Are those kittens in a box? Those are so cute. Thank you. I love that. Yeah, my kitten has been an absolute terror today. He's finally taking a nap. And I have eyes on him, which I have not been able to keep all morning because he has not sat still long enough, but he's finally sleeping. And the rest of the house can actually rest, not be on its toes. How is everybody's day? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day today. Also, if there's anybody that you think who might, you know, enjoy this or get something out of it, please feel free to let them know where they can find me. They said it could take up to 2 months for the testosterone levels to drop. They said also take into consideration that he has a lot more energy because he simply is younger than the other cats. So that's also something that plays a part, is just simply his age, which we had thought might be good for the other boys because it would initiate play. But his form of play is destroy the house and ultimate championship fighting. So Ash Wednesday is tomorrow. There's nothing to be anxious about, sweetheart. There's nothing to be anxious. Why are you anxious? I won't pull a card for you. We can just talk this one out. Okay, but you know, all right. I'm trying to be respectful because I know that your religion gives you comfort in a way, but at the same time, you got to remember sometimes religion can also take comfort away. Understand that the idea of you are constantly being watched for the sake of being punished is not necessarily true. And if you do slip up, if you do make a mistake, you are human, and that is 100% okay. Nothing is going to happen to you unless you accept the guilt and you believe that you deserve punishment for it. Our minds create a lot more than we give them credit for. So if you can understand and give yourself grace and accept that you are human and you make mistakes, then you don't have to be worried about constantly being judged or at risk of punishment, if that makes sense. Like, we can create and destroy worlds with our minds. And if we create... No. I know you want to do good for Lent. And all you have to do is your best. If you're doing your best... If you're doing your best, then that's all you need to do. That's all any of us are ever asked to do at any moment in time, is our best. If you are doing your best, then be proud of that. Celebrate that. You did your best. And if you need help, if you need support, you are not alone. You have friends. And, you know, I, for one, if you need to talk, if you're worried about something, you can reach out and talk to me. It's part of, I wouldn't have become a minister if I didn't really truly want to help people. So just remember that, okay? Yeah, faith is you believing even without seeing. It's taking the steps without seeing them, just trusting that they will be there. That is the point of faith. So if you can grow to trust yourself, to trust that in walking, your path will appear, that the steps will appear, then you will succeed. That's all you have to do. Just trust that when you take the steps, the path and the steps that you need will appear for you. That's faith. That's blind faith. Not seeing it, but knowing it will be there for you. Absolutely, honey. Hi, Vicky. Oi, oi, my loves. My beautiful people from across the pond. How are you? I know it's not a pond. I know it's a literal ocean, but with the interwebs, it makes it feel so much smaller. I'm not sad. So what happened was I am going to an event later. I'm going to a protest, and I was practicing my makeup, and I had to wash it all off because it was practice. So of course I made mistakes with it. So it kind of irritated around my eyes. So they look puffy like I've been crying, but that's actually from scrubbing away makeup. I'm not sad. I'm actually very excited. I will be taking my son with me to his first protest today. His first formal protest will be today. He's been begging to go with me every time I go to one, and I hadn't felt very comfortable with the idea. You know, as a mom, you want to protect your children. The whole reason I'm so ardent about going to the protests are to protect my son, people like myself, and others. So I was kind of debating whether it would be a good idea to bring him or not. Well, I don't wear tons of makeup all the time. Like, I only usually put makeup on Tuesdays. And I usually do something very simple when I go to a protest. Like, I usually leave my face pretty plain, and then I like write a message on it. But I was inspired to do something more bold this time, I guess would be the word I'm looking for. So this time it's going to be like the whole face is going to be covered. So that's why it looks a little rough. But I'm not putting on like thick layers of it. It's just I was using pigments like red, and that can be a little tough to get out of such pale skin. Yeah, so. Hi, Danielle. Welcome in. Yeah, and I'm surprised I was able to get the red out as well as I did. Because I had like red here and I had red here, so you can actually still see a little bit of it right here of the pigment. So I did a fairly good job considering I was actually in a rush to get it off. So yeah, guys. I know probably most of you have had a reading with me. So if there's anybody who would like to get a reading this week, just let me know. If I don't make it to 10, that is 100% okay, because like I said, I have to be somewhere later, and it's going to probably be for a good amount of time, several hours. So I'm not going to be too hard on myself if I don't make my quota for reads today. But I do appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate you so much for showing up. And I just realized there is a chat that I need to remove myself from. I didn't think I was still active in it. So let me see if I can bring that up. No, okay, that's weird. I could have sworn I saw messages pop up on my screen, but that's okay. So yeah, Tarot Tuesday has previously been held on TikTok, but I am trying to sort of segue from that a little bit. I'd like to start to make this a more constant thing where I'm going live here and just building my community in what I feel is a less toxic space. So I'm not sure who's hosting tomorrow's Catch Up and Craft. Okay, so Vicky says yes. Yes, we are pivoting, for me anyway. Catch Up and Craft will still be on TikTok, but I just need a new space to be able to work on some of this. So, oh, instant message, guys, bear with me. Two of Cups. So emotional balance, unification under one specific goal or cause. And that's what I feel like I'm trying to do specifically with YouTube. So that card pretty much sums it up for me. Yeah, so as far as who's hosting, to be determined, I guess, or announced, but should be tomorrow and should be on TikTok for that one, for Catch Up and Craft. And then, like I said, I'm trying to spend more of my time here on Tuesdays. Thursday, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I know I need to go live. I haven't had a serious sale day in a while. Yeah, just keep your eye open until Mufti's able to, I nominate Vicky. When is the last time Vicky actually hosted? Because that might be a good idea. Nope. Okay. Well, somebody has to. Oh, you've been sleepy a lot. I get that. That's my girl. That's my Stephanie. Always ready to lend a hand. But I really appreciate you guys for being here for me. It makes going live easier to know that I have some support. Oh, I've been selected for a mission for TikTok shop. Yay, no, I'm good. Stephanie is awesome. From just being a great friend to being a great support system and, you know, a faithful mod. I couldn't ask for anybody better. Dopey. You guys crack me up. Sean, I think you typed that message in the wrong chat. Oh, yeah, that was to Vicky. That makes more sense. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it takes time. Ugh. Okay, well that does it. I will not be able to go live on Thursday because my building is doing their semi-annual sprinkler and fire alarm testing. So that would not be a good time to go live. At least not for my regularly scheduled hours. I would have to push my live back until until at least after I know that they would not be doing that, which is, it's actually kind of late in the day. I think it's like between 6 and 8 o'clock. So that kind of puts the kibosh on doing a live on Thursday for me. But that's okay. I can always switch. Maybe I'll do a Saturday one or a Friday one. You know, just do a different day. I usually like doing it on Thursdays, but if I have to skip, it is what it is. What, between 6 and 8? On Thursday or Saturday or Friday? You know, if there's a time that would probably work better and you guys think I should try it, just let me know. Then you know what, maybe we'll try that. Maybe I will keep it for Thursday, but we'll just do it later in the day then. If that works, if that makes it more convenient. I liked trying to go on early though because I know the Brits have a hard time. Okay, so somebody tried to join the live on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's a Brit number. But I'm not sure who sent that because it doesn't show me their... All I have is a number. Oh, hi Diane! Was that you messaging me? I don't know, I sent out a bunch of notifications that I was doing this right now. Okay. Yeah, whatever works for you. So I have not given away any readings yet. If there's anybody who would like a reading, go ahead and let me know. But as of right now, I still have all 10. But I do appreciate everybody showing up. I appreciate you hanging out with me for this. The struggle is real, trying to get watch hours and pick people up. So the support is very, very much appreciated. And I will be on, I'm going to give myself until maybe about 1. That should give me plenty of time to start getting ready to go to my event later, because I have to leave, I think, around like 2:30. I still have to redo all my makeup, finish getting dressed, all that good stuff. Help my son out in case he wants to do something different or special. I told him I would, you know, give him a little bit of help, so. But if anybody has any questions, I always forget the time difference over there, exactly what time it is for you guys. I can't believe it's already almost 5:30. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, you don't have to stay the whole time, but I do appreciate you coming in though, darling. I understand. Any time that you guys can spend with me really it's a lot, and I appreciate it. Not everybody always has, you know, a schedule that jives with each other, so that's not something that I would hold personally. Thanks, Di. So yeah, if anybody has any questions about how the readings work or about me personally. Oh, Diane wants a reading. Okay. I skipped that part. Sorry, I went straight to I have a meeting. All right, so Di, how would you like to pick your card, love? You can pick by number or by sight. So what feels right for you? Sight. Okay. I'm going to adjust my camera, and when you see a card that feels like it's the right card for you, when you see a card that resonates, tell me to stop. If I go over, tell me to go back however many cards. All right, here we go. Okay, so this one or go back. I want to make sure we account for any lag. The one before it, okay. So we're gonna put that card aside. So Diane has been a very good girl. She didn't ask any questions. That's how we like this. We want everything to be double blind and 100% authentic and genuine. So let's see what card Diane got. Diane got the Strength card. And it is in the upright position. Sorry, I just gotta... So this is Diane's card, and it is Strength. So the Strength card lets us know exactly that we are in a situation or a period where we need to rely on the strength that has gotten us through other hard times previously. So whether you relied on a support system, whether you relied on a meditation or a activity, that made you feel grounded, that made you feel in control, that made you feel strong and helped you get through something in the past, you're being asked to bring that practice back in to remember that you are strong, even though at this moment you may not feel strong. This is a reminder that true strength is always with you. That lion is you. You are that lion. That strength is representative of who you are, regardless of what situation is going on around you. You always have this. So make sure that you think back to the times where you've struggled before and think about what it was specifically that helped you get through that time. And then bring that back into practice or focus. And that should help you be able to get through whatever situation you are going through currently. I hope that is helpful for you. That is the goal, is to always try to be as best help as I can. Good. Yeah, you need it, but you have it. Glad I could help. If there's anybody else who would like a read, let me know. We have about an hour, so I could be able to get through all 10 of them today. Well, 9 now. But like I said, not mandatory, because like I do have plans, so who knows? Maybe I might need to hold on to some of that energy. Yeah, we are living in very interesting times, so any usual, typical life stuff that happens is definitely magnified at the moment, pretty much because of the energy going on around us. It just tends to make things a little bit more impressive, I guess is the word I would look for. Makes more of an impression. Amplifies, pretty much. So I have 9 reads left now for anybody who's interested. Yeah, intense. There's a good word, intense. Yeah. Intense. Definitely. And as saying that, I would also like to remind people that kindness goes a long way at times like this. Yeah, I know it's a struggle to remember to be kind when you're also going through something. It's important to try. So don't feel too bad if you slip up and you have a little bit of a day where you don't remember to be as kind as you could be. But as long as you try to remember to just be kind. Come on, guys, don't be shy. You know I'm very gentle about these things. There is no pressure. There's literally no pressure. Oh, absolutely. How would you like to pick your card, Vicky? You can pick it by sight or you can pick it by number. Number 33. And now is the time that I'm going to ask you to really focus on whatever question or situation you may have that you would like answered. Not to type it in the chat, but just to sort of focus on it like you would a daydream or a thought. Just hold it in your mind. As much energy as you can give, the better. Oh, we got an extra card. All right, so I have the card you originally wanted, but another card did flip over while I was pulling them out, which does not happen often. It happens sometimes, but not often. So if it's okay with you, I'm still doing the read for free, but I'm going to include the extra. Hi, Dave. All right, so your first card that appeared was Queen of Swords. And it is in the reverse. So the Queen card is always your female attributes or feminine energy. Sword card usually has something to do with either an air sign like Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or it has something to do with consciousness, communication, thought, things that are not physical, things that are basically plans not set into action yet, stuff of that nature. When it's in the reverse, it means that the energy is unequal. It's either exercised too much or not enough. There's definitely an imbalance there. So you're either overthinking to the point where you cannot manage your thoughts properly or communicate properly, or you're not doing it enough, like you're not giving it enough time. Something to that effect. The second card that came up was the Wheel of Fortune card, which is also upside down. What I'm feeling like is a sense of uncertainty, but also maybe undeserving almost. More like I haven't done enough. If I had to give it a name, it would be like imposter syndrome. Like, who am I to think that I should? Who am I to think that I deserve? Who am I to think that I could? Sort of energy. I don't know if that makes sense to you. But since it's following the Queen of Swords, which is upside down, I would say that it's mostly connected to the unable to process or organize thought, or maybe the overthinking of thought and just doing too much like in your head and not enough outward expression. So let go of your imposter syndrome. Let go of the thought that you are not the right person or not the right type, or whatever it is that you're thinking is giving you the lack, that sense of lack that you don't have, that you can't have. Let go of that. Stop being so much in your head about it and just do the things. It's like I was telling Shauna earlier about having like the blind faith and just the doing and trusting that things will come to you when they're supposed to come to you. Practice a little bit more of that. Of just doing something because you love to do it, doing something because you want to do it, and trusting that it will work out for your best interest. Hi Dave, it has been a long time. Would you like a free read? I'm doing free readings. I've already given a few away. I can do one for you if you want. You don't have to pay anything. Let me know if you would like a reading. So I hope that that was helpful for you, Vicky, and not too abrasive. I try not to be too, pointed with my stuff, but I definitely want to make sure that you also get the meaning. Okay, glad. As long as I was helpful. So that was my second reading. So I have 8 readings left now. Yeah, don't be so in your head about stuff. And I still have, I believe, 8 reads left to give away for anybody who would like one. Oh, absolutely. You're fine. It's not you don't have to take one if you don't want to. It's my way of kind of giving back, is to do them for free, because ordinarily I would charge money for it. So on Tuesdays I come on and I do readings for free. I do up to 10 free readings. But that's what Tuesdays are typically about. But you're more than welcome to just hang out and watch, and you know, maybe you might hear something from somebody else's reading that might kind of call out to you. Sometimes it's just being in the right place at the right time and hearing something that we need to hear that is beneficial or helpful. It's not always specific, like, hey, you get a reading now, and that's how it works. Sometimes it's something you hear for somebody else and you're like, hey, that makes sense in my life. But yes, 8 left, so for anybody who's interested. And even if you got one last week, that is fine, don't be shy. No, that's okay. John's doing well, and the boys are doing well. He's just been working a lot. Things have been, you know, getting pretty expensive. So he's been just trying to work more to offset like costs and stuff like that. But he's doing well. He's fine. But I appreciate you asking. I do. That wasn't rude at all. We appreciate that you're thinking of us. And of course, if anybody has any questions that they would like to ask about how readings work, how any of the things I do work, any personal questions that they would like to ask, feel free. They have their moments. So he's really high energy, which is kind of tough for older cats. Socks in particular, he tends to, I think, leave alone more because he understands that he can't keep up with him. So Oreo ends up getting most of his attention. Not sure if Oreo appreciates, well, I'm pretty sure Oreo doesn't always appreciate it. Sometimes he's in the mood, sometimes he's not. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. So it's basically a balance of making sure that when he wants to play and the other cats don't want to, a human steps in and kind of takes over his energy and his you know, keeps it under control so that he's not harassing and terrifying and making the other cats feel bad. Because it's a lot. If you imagine, it's sort of like having a toddler or not a toddler, but maybe like a first grader or a kindergartner in a assisted living. So you can imagine the difference in energy right there. But I hope you've been well, Dave. I appreciate everybody for coming in today, for being here with me. Like I said, I'm probably going to be on till sometime around 1, just because I have some stuff to do to get ready for later. And if anybody would like a read, let me know. Not necessarily gonna be upset if I don't make it to 10 readings today, just because, you know, I do need some energy left over for later, so there's no pressure to get all 10 reads out today at all. Oh no, absolutely. Thank you so much for popping in. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I'll let John know that you popped in and said something. You know, try to get him to come on. You're fine, Dave. Don't worry. Oh, instant message. Hold on, cards are talking. All right, I got Judgment and Queen of Swords came up again, upside down. So wonder what that means. Judgment, decisions. Gonna have to meditate on that one. Not sure off the top of my head. I will tell him for you, hon. Don't worry about it. So I still have 8 reads left for anybody who's interested. And don't feel bad if you got one last week. That's fine. There are people who read their cards daily, so once a week is not that bad. And remember, they are a tool. If anything else, if nothing else, they are just meant to sort of help you discern or figure things out. Don't necessarily take them at exactly face value. You too, hon. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. You too. So if anybody else would like a reading, let me know. If you have any questions about how readings work, also let me know. I do full readings. Those are only $15, and you can actually schedule one now. I added a section on my website where you can schedule your appointment, and it notifies me that you've scheduled it. You've picked a time and day, and then I just get notified, like, an hour before our appointment to make sure that I call you, confirm that you intend to show up. So that's a neat little feature that I didn't know I had, but I'm taking advantage of it. So you can schedule your appointments. Yes, we are getting fancier by the day. You can pay and schedule your appointment right on my website. You had something pop up, and then I let you know that you could reschedule with me whenever was convenient if you wanted to keep a Friday appointment, that I had it available. But I didn't hear back as far as confirming that you wanted to do that. So if you wanted to, you absolutely could You could reschedule with me. The thing is though, the schedule is tied to paid readings. And what I remember you wanting was not a paid reading. You just wanted a mediumship appointment. You don't pay for those. You can pay for card readings, but not mediumship. Cards I can control. Spirits I cannot. Yeah, so for that one, just message me. Because I don't have, I should, but I don't have an area for that. Mostly because the website is income and purchasing. If you want to schedule appointments that I don't charge for, that's just contact me. I won't accept it that way. If you want, you can pay for the card reading, and then I'll give you the mediumship afterward. But I won't take it just for mediumship. If you wanted to pay me, you'd have to pay me for a card reading. So if you're gonna do it that way, you might as well just go through the website and schedule. If you insist on paying. Because, like I said, the reason I won't charge for mediumship is because if I am not an energy match for any of your family members, guides, anybody who is around you, if I'm not an energy match for that, then I don't want to take your money for nothing. But cards I can always do. Because it's specifically for you. And that I can generally be a match for easier. Yeah, I don't like charging people for the mediumship because, like I said, I'm not always an energy match. And also, sometimes the comfort it gives people is, I feel like it would not be proper to make people pay just for comfort. You know what I mean? This is different because this is instruction and this is kind of like guidance. So almost like teaching or knowledge. And I can understand having a contract for that. But I can't understand doing that for somebody's, their heart and soul. Yeah. I know, I'm weird. I don't do anything the way most people do them. Yeah, I am not your average Google at all. A little bit out of the box on that one. So yeah, you can now schedule and pay for your card readings through my website. And I still have 8 readings left, so if anybody would like one, go ahead and let me know. Yay, progress. I have not showered. I have not eaten. I usually skip eating before I come on here. It just helps. I focus better with an empty tummy, believe it or not. Most people would be like, oh, I need to eat something, I can't focus, but for some reason, it helps. Not that I promote, you know, starvation or abstaining from eating at all. This is just a personal thing that I do for me that helps with my readings. Not everybody is the same. I'd like to clarify that. A lot of people get caught up in wanting to do things exactly the way other people do them, thinking that that is the way to do it, and that is, you know, what's going to help them be successful. We are all different. Nobody is cookie cutter exactly the same. So I really, really implore you guys that if you do decide to go into some sort of metaphysical or spiritual practice, that you are always taking into consideration what feels right for you versus what everybody else or other people are doing. You know, it has to be authentic and genuine to you in order for it to work. You can't just follow the crowd or, you know, what other people do and expect it to always work. Sometimes it can work. Sometimes things can be similar and things can have a joined aspect, but not always. It's sort of like with like my tea that I like to drink, my herbal tea. You know, sometimes people have allergies. I wouldn't expect everybody to be able to drink my herbal tea. Everybody's different. I can drink mugwort. I actually know people who they find it to be a bit of an irritant when they drink it, so they abstain from it. And that's perfectly fine. Different strokes for different folks. And I really appreciate my friends who show up who, you know, don't get readings, or it really is. It really is an individual practice. That's why it goes beyond things like religion. With religion, people can practice the same exact way, and it's kind of advised that everybody does things the exact same way. But with spirituality, it's developing your own personal relationship with whatever you want to call it, the universe, source, God. I understood you. It's developing your own personal relationship. So not necessarily doing things the way everybody else does it, but because it's personal. It's sort of like having nicknames for your family members that other people won't use, or having your own secret code that you use with like your friends that nobody else knows about. It's almost like having your own, it's your own way of existing and communicating. Like my son, for example, everybody he comes in contact with is told to call him Bern or Bernard. He will accept some variations of the name, like Bernardo or Bernhard, but that is how he wants to be called. I still call him by the nickname that I used when he was born and very young. I am the only one allowed to use that nickname with him. Everybody else has to use something else. It's sort of like that. Another message. Let's see what we got. Ooh, another sword sign. All right, so Ace of Swords upside down. So not utilizing potential in thoughts or communication. So in other words, there's something that I could be doing better, or there's something I could be doing differently with my thoughts and my communication that I am not currently. And that makes sense because the last one that popped up was an upside down sword for the queen, and the, what was the other card? I feel like it was two cards. Oh, Judgment. So maybe it's something about what I'm going to be doing today, because I did say I was going to a demonstration, a protest. Maybe it's about how I had planned to paint my face, because I was planning to put a message on my face. So maybe I'm being told that that's not the appropriate way to do it. It is a government protest. I am very strongly opposing and protesting the current administration. I am doing so, like I said, not only for other people. I am doing it for myself. I am doing it for my son. Because we are members of both of us are members of the LGBTQ community. I am pansexual, which means that my options of partners does not start or stop at male-female. Like, I can be attracted to people of who consider themselves gender neutral or, you know, trans, and my son is trans. So it is very important for us to be able to speak how we feel specifically for ourselves and our community. But also because I am a woman and I have noticed some things that are happening since the current administration took over that have been very pointed against women, female. Literally those words have been struck or in some way attacked. So that is important for me as a woman, as a parent, because also our ability to ensure our children have access to certain things, medically and educationally, that is an issue. I am not one to ban a book. There are plenty of books that I would probably not read personally as a choice, but that doesn't mean that I would agree to take other people's ability or the opportunity for them to read those books away. Knowledge is power. Yes, you know, it might just be the crazy liberal in me, but I believe that everybody has a right to eat and have roofs over their heads. I don't believe that there is such thing as illegal people on stolen land. Yeah, so there are just certain things that I feel like I have to put my foot down on and speak out against, so I am doing everything I can possible to do that. All right, have a great day, Di. So yeah, that probably turns a lot of people off to hear these things, because we've fallen into a behavior of, well, talking politics is not appropriate, but when you look at the things that I've discussed, like, you know, people deserving to eat, especially young people who can't provide for themselves, I don't feel like that should be politicized. I don't think that that should fall under the scope of politics. I feel like that's just something everybody should just understand and accept and provide. People need to eat, or they will not live. People should be free to express who they are, as long as they're not hurting anybody. And I literally mean not hurting anybody. They are not physically hurting anybody. They are not causing anybody else mental anguish or stress. I don't see what's wrong with people living authentically. Being authentic is where your power is. Being genuine is where your power is. So when you tell people that they can't be genuine or authentic, you're literally trying to strip their power from them. And I don't think that that's political. That should not be politicized. People should be able to exercise their power of individuality. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I stand on. This is the kind of stuff that I am speaking out about. And that was what the message basically I was going to be sending today at the protest was going to be about, was going to be a very condensed, I do stand on business, the business of community, the business of protecting my community, the business of speaking truth and of making sure that it is for the best of everybody. I stand on those things. So yeah, the message that I was going to promote today, or that I am hoping to be able to promote today, is sort of a condensed idea of all those things, and how I feel. Close. Very close. You're not that far off. Not him specifically, but the people in his sphere, the people in the sphere of lacking empathy, the people who think that empathy is a weakness, if you know, you know. But people who think that being human is our greatest weakness or our problem, rather than seeing it as a strength, rather than seeing it as something that can bring us together and make us whole. It was basically going to be targeted at people like that. I did go back and forth on a couple of things, so maybe I'm being told to reconsider that. And I got another message. Knight of Wands. A journey that I am on, that I've been on for a long time, that I feel passionate about. Love the little messages. The little synchronicities. I love a synchronicity. I really do. That should be my tagline. I'm going to get that put on t-shirts. I love a synchronicity. So yeah, we're not going to count any of my personal readings today as readings to give away. Because that would, I feel like, be inappropriate. So I still have 8 readings left for any. One second. All right, so the wand card came back at me again, and 7 of Wands, so. Yeah, I know somebody who can make buttons too. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Yes, we know. So yeah, it's 12:30, so I will be on, we'll call it maybe another 20 minutes. What, button makers? I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. Because hanging out with my friends is like hanging out with people who hoard hobbies. If you name a hobby, there's a good chance that somebody in my group has attempted or done something. This one flipped out right, like, in place. So I got Two of Swords, which is balance in thought and communication. Yes. Hobby hoarders. But I encourage you guys, if there's something that you feel passionate about, even if it's something that you feel might be a turn off to other people, or, you know, you think that it's not going to be accepted well, it's more important for you to express yourself and get that stuff out there. Yeah, that show is called Catch Up and Craft. It's not televised. We don't stream it, like, you know, after it's been recorded. Like, it's not in syndication, but it should be. I can't take the lag between my phone and my tablet when I see myself talking in my tablet versus when I look down at my phone. It's trippy. But yeah, following your passions, pursuing what means something to you is important. And you should do that as long as you have the ability to do so, as long as you can draw breath, because there are always going to be people, unfortunately, who want to take that from other people. They feel as though they gain something through doing that. So, while you can, while you have the ability, while it is something that you are capable of, I encourage you. If it means something to you, if you're passionate about it. I like hobby hoarders too. Interesting folks. Very interesting folks. Never a dull moment. At all. Ever. But yeah, so things I'm passionate about, things that matter to me, things that I will stand on is community, bringing people together, building bridges, trying to, you know, make a difference that way. And, you know, making sure that what comes out of my mouth is for the best absolute interest of everyone, and as true and accurate and authentic and genuine as possible. Love you, Kirsty. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Love that. Love a synchronicity. So guys, I have 8 reads left. I don't expect to give them all away. But since I only have about 20 minutes left, if there is anybody else who wants to read today, I encourage you to go ahead and take it. I don't think we're going to be getting a lot more people into the live. I have a feeling this is probably going to be it for the next 20 minutes or so. So just let me know if you want your card pulled. Thank you for the hearts, Shauna. I appreciate you guys. I really do. It's not about that though. It's about me being here offering it and you just taking it because you feel like you need it. Now, if you didn't need it, if you didn't have any questions, if you didn't have any situations, if you didn't have a feeling of, I need answers, then it'd be kind of like, why? But if you have something, you need it. I have no problem reading for people on a regular basis. What I do have a problem with is when I continue to read for somebody and they keep getting the same exact card over and over again, like back to back, pretty much. Those are an issue. Well, that's going to be a fight between you and Stephanie, because Stephanie also likes to wait till the end to take hers. She gets one every time, and she usually waits to be like the third to the last. So you guys can have like thumb war over it if you want. She does. It's consistent every time. Like number 7 on the list. All right, it has been decided. Mufti, you're up next. So how would you like to choose your card? Number or sight? Yeah, she's the boss, basically. So however you want to pick it, just let me know if there's a certain number you want to use. If you want me to turn the camera down and you want to pick it by sight, it's totally up to you. That's one of the few things I ask for, is that people pick them. All right, number 16. All right, so whatever your current situation is that you want answered, or whatever you want the card to focus on, start thinking about that now. Start trying to throw out as much energy toward it as you can. If you can sort of play it out in your head like a little mini movie or a daydream, do that. All right. And 16th card is going to go over there. Set that aside. All right, let's see what you got. You got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, if you look at it, sort of looks like a pope or a priest. He's holding a scepter with triple cross, holding his hand almost in like a blessing formation. What it means is that you are taking knowledge that is, and steps that would be considered traditional or conforming, things that are not out of the ordinary. You are taking that and you are blending it, and you are utilizing things that are also more individual to yourself. So taking sort of like a more traditional route while still infusing certain things that are important to you. So I'm not sure if this is something to do with your actual, your work, or if this is your hobby, but doing something in a very traditional way while still being able to blend in certain individual aspects of yourself into it. So it's almost like the universe is saying, this is how you're supposed to be doing it. This is one of the few cards in the actual tarot deck that says how you're supposed to be doing something is how it's supposed to be done. If it were upside down, then that would mean that you need to take a more traditional sort of approach. But as is, it means you either are or you will start taking a more traditional approach toward things. But you're still making sure that it resonates with you. It still feels right to you. It's not necessarily that you're just doing things the way they're supposed to be done for the sake of it, to avoid trouble. You're doing it because it actually feels that that's the way it's supposed to be done. So, I hope that made sense. Again, I don't know what that specifically has to do. But in my head, I keep seeing like jewelry. So I want to say it has to do with that. Like I'm seeing like a pink stone with silver metal, and that's what's popping into my head when I think about it. Specifically a pink stone, I don't know why. Kind of looks like a tourmaline. You're welcome, sweetheart. So like I said, it is important that we do things that are genuine for ourselves, that are authentic. So don't be afraid to do something that is traditional or conforming, as long as it makes sense and feels right to you. If it feels like you're trying to hide behind it, that's not good. And I have a lot of readings left still, but I don't know if I will be able to give them all away. Probably not, because I have like about 10 minutes left. Charoite is purplish. This was specifically pink. The best thing I can describe is like tourmaline or rhodonite, like the really light pink rhodonite, or even like a rhodochrosite pink. Like the stone I keep seeing is bright pink. Yeah, 7 left, but we're not going to count on giving all 7 away. Yeah, like when I say pink, it was almost like this color pink. Like pink. That's the color stone that I keep seeing. So pink tourmaline is known as the healer's stone. It's a stone that heals, specifically people who are healers. Rhodochrosite is a stone that helps with your heart space as far as trauma and things tied specifically to your formative years, childhood, adolescence. Rhodonite is another one that's good for like taking down blockages, making things easier as far as like, you know, moving through your heart space, so making you less guarded. So these are all stones that are around that color, but heart space specifically, that pink. So something to do with this. So yeah, Stephanie, if you want to go, if there's anybody else here who would like to take a shot. Kirching? I'm not familiar with that term. But if you want, I can look it up later. If you don't want to, I don't know about Kirching though. Is that Welsh? Card 21. All right, Stephanie, you know the drill. All right, 21. Made it all the way there with no extra cards. Another sword card. This one is the Seven of Swords, and it is upside down. So if we look at it right side up, you see somebody attempting to carry a bunch of swords, and some of them are kind of like left behind. It's because this person is moving faster. It's getting a little bit more difficult to maybe keep everything together because it is a sword card, because it is communication, thought, things that pass through air. It might be that things became hard to sort of keep together in your mind or your plans. So it felt like some things were kind of being left behind. But really, it's just sort of the things that weren't as important, like almost like a forced prioritization. Like you had to kind of like be like, okay, what is more important? I have to narrow it down a little bit to what will actually work, what I can bring with me moving forward. Because the card is upside down, it seems like you're struggling with this. You're struggling, I almost said struggling with the concept of delegation or prioritization, still somewhat holding on to everything, trying to drag everything with you, maybe not realizing that certain things should be left behind or certain aspects are not serving, so they should be kind of left in the background while you bring the more important things to the forefront. So the best thing I can suggest on that one is prioritizing, doing like a really in-depth tally of like, or itemization of like things that are more important for you to focus on and more important to press forward with, rather than feeling like everything needs to come with you, everything needs to be pushed forward. Figure out which things are not necessarily as important as others and press on with those. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But I keep getting delegate. So if there are people that you're kind of picking up slack for, start making them more accountable of their own bullshit and stop feeling like you have to kind of take it for them. Because that word just keeps ringing in my head. Delegate. And I have about 5 minutes, so if anybody would like one more read, I can probably squeeze that in. Yeah, I would say focus more on what you might be doing for other people that they should be doing for themselves. like a very specific type of delegation. Like, yeah, I agreed to do this for you, but I can't keep doing it anymore, so you need to pick up your own slack. Is sort of the feeling I get when I think about delegating. It's like you're giving something that wasn't necessarily yours to take back. Like, I carried it as long as I could, now here you go, you take it and you go on. There's one thing that comes to mind, and I know that you've been you've talked to me about it, and you've been like, I feel like bad about it almost, and I think you shouldn't. Maybe that's because every time you talk about it, I'm like, you shouldn't feel bad about that. You shouldn't let that weigh on your mind. An agreement is an agreement. Don't, like, you know, don't think about it in terms of, like, you letting anybody down because a deal was made. Like, if that's what it's talking about, then just, you know, stop taking any accountability or responsibility for that. A deal is a deal. I don't like to go back on deals. I don't like it when people go back on deals. I understand things come up. You know, you can't always be upset about it when somebody has to kind of change their schedule or they end up not being able to fulfill a certain obligation. Yeah, I get that feeling. Guys, if I ever give you a reading and you need to talk to me about it a little bit more to fully understand it, and you don't necessarily want to have that be a public conversation, just let me know. Think of it as like office hours with your professor in college. It's the best way I can describe it. But, so now we're down to 3 minutes, guys. A little less than 2 minutes, actually. So I'm going to say that we're probably done for readings today. And you know what? That's okay. Because like I said, I'm going to be so busy and I'm probably going to need the extra energy, so there is no shame in that. But I do thank you guys for hanging out with me, keeping me busy, hanging out in the chat. Just your time and your energy is important. Don't let anybody convince you it's not, because it is. So the fact that you're willing to share it with me means a lot. It really does. Lives cannot be successful without audiences. A person can sit up here and talk all day long, but if there's nobody willing to listen, if there's nobody willing to contribute or participate in any way, basically for nothing. So, very much appreciate you guys being here with me today. Love each and every one of you. Have a wonderful day. Be kind. Be genuine. Be authentic. Be you. Don't let anybody tell you that you are, you know, wrong for that. It's important for us to all be who we are. So honor that. I love you. Bye, guys.